Please let me know if my screen is visible. Can you see?
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah, amazing. So maybe I'll give a quick introduction, and then Jamie, please feel free to stop me at any point where you wanna like give an explanation or take over. Yeah.
Yep, sure.
Cool guys. So thank you very much for joining this AMA. This is going to be a quick design update from our end as well as a couple of updates I believe that Jamie and Ryuk are going to be touching on. To get started, I'm going to give you guys a quick introduction of what our initial vision of our upcoming decentralized hedge fund platform is going to be. For the sake of simple terms or simple terminology, we've gone with this copy idea as of right now. Again, this is very much a placeholder than the actual branding. More of what we have solidified as the brand is the tone, accent, colors, and then the initial layout of how we're imagining the user to go through the flows. And we've made that a very, very simple step process so that it's the minimum actions required by the user. And to give you guys an idea, we're going to be having one homepage dashboard where users are going to see some kind of a promotional banner, and then from there they can see all the vaults that they can participate in. These are the vaults that are created by our on-platform traders that are currently going to have different states. So depending on the current state, whether it's a funding state, if it's a trading live state, if it's going to be a trading settlement or close state, we're going to showcase it here on the homepage. Whenever a user wants to do some kind of high-level research and understand what's happening, he can take a look at the trader's stats over here. As you guys can see, from these stats, the user is able to see the name, the person's picture, the current stats of the vault, and what the status is and how long is it, the current funding process, how many people are depositing into this current vault, as you guys can see, the duration of the specific trade vault, the profit sharing, and then the token list is what we have as high level specific to that vault details. And then we have the previous vault stats, which are going to be the users or the traders' total P&L, their ROI, their total assets under management, basically in other terms, what was the size of the vault, what was the largest size of the vault that is reached by the time the trading vault closed, as well as their leverage. When a user wants to participate or, for example, wants to see the coin information that our users might have, what we would have in that case would be the user would click on here to view all, and they would kind of see this very, very standard. I think you guys, most of, if any of you guys have seen any of those trading platforms, DEXs and whatnot, like Jupiter, Uniswap, and those guys sort of use a very similar idea. Basically, where you can see all the coins that this specific vault and this specific trader has listed for that specific vault. And then when the user wants to click participate, they can simply click on the participate button, and then they can kind of see a quick summary of like a order summary confirmation pop-up where we showcase the trader's information. We give a short strategy description dedicated to that vault, and as well as a read more option where they can the specific trader can set a video, Medium article, Twitter thread, whatever it might be, link it to that, and describe their strategy in detail so that the user can also see on a short note and on an in-depth note as well. Then he will also be able to see the duration. He will see the current vault balance. You'll also be able to, again, view all tokens, and then, again, we're going to be showcasing the same kind of token list. Terms and conditions, and then the copy amount. Essentially, it's a, once you pass the quick look, it's essentially a one-step process for the user to deposit into a vault that's currently in funding status. Essentially, that's also the major flow that the user is going to be going through. Most of what the user is going to be focusing on is rather monitoring than action taking. Another example of that is once the sort of period passes and then the vault is currently live, what we have is on a high level node all the details that are happening within that specific vault. Maybe before I proceed forward, Jamie, is there anything that you want to add here? Or is it, would you like me to proceed forward here?
No, no questions. I would add my input after you finish.
Sure thing, feel free to do.
Yeah. If anybody else have a question, you can just throw in.
Yeah, guys, feel free to.
Also, we'll get you guys on the stage too, right? No problem. Just let me know.
Absolutely. Thanks, Jamie. Cool. So guys, as I was just discussing, once the user has participated into a specific vault that is going to be going live, the user is going to be able to see the trader's information. They're going to be also be able to see a few secondary bits of information, which is going to be their socials, which is the X thing and the Telegram communities. They're going to, again, as a user, you're also able to see their current vaults tokens, again, in the same manner, the pairs. And then you can also click on view more once again to see in detail what this trader is also actually trying to do. In addition to that, we have the current vault stats. So that would be the case of vault balance. What is the current vault balance? How many total participants are in the current vault? The current cycle timer, how much time is left on this countdown, basically. The current vault's max leverage per trade or for the general trading, as well as profit sharing, and the current status is also displayed here, as you guys can see in the stop banner. So on a high level note, you're able to quickly glimpse what is the sort of health or direction of what's happening. In further detail, you're also able to see that once we come to the bottom of the page and expand a little bit more on the details. That's where we see the vault assets, which would be this kind of donut chart, as you guys can see. In addition to that, we showcase what are the current vaults assets or based on the trades. In addition to that, we have two tabs over here with this chart. We have the cycle vault stats, and then we have my stats. Now these two tabs are, preliminarily one identical. It's just that once you look at my stats, you are able to see your percentage or your portion of the current vault, and you're able to also filter that by weekly, by daily, weekly, and monthly basis. In addition to that, on that same high-level note, you're also able to see your current, this current vault's ROI and PNL, and then depending on that data, this is going to be also reflected on the chart. Now, essentially, that same data is obviously going to be printed in the same way. Again, it's just going to be on a short, smaller percentage. And then we can kind of see the current balance as well. This would be balance of the vault and the balance of the user in the case of the personal stats. Once we sort of like move down here, we have a little bit more data as well. This is where you're able to see two more things. First one is the order history. From this order history, you're able to kind of see what the trader is really up to. And this is the data that we're tracking as of right now from DEXs, primarily through Hyperliquid as of right now. And this like stats or datas might be like points of datas that if you guys are trading on Hyperliquid, you might have been familiar with. So I'm not going to get really into that, but that's more or less that's the bit. In addition to that, once this current
Question, Acie.
yes.
All the data on the trading dashboard, is it gonna be? It's gonna be live updated, isn't it? Like
Correct.
we're gonna continuously see current updates, what's happening, latest transactions, like trading dashboard. We see it live, yeah.
Yes. Essentially, are you asking whenever a trader places a trade, you're able to see that?
I mean, this is a live dashboard, isn't it? Like active live,
Exactly. It's a
continuous.
live dashboard,
Mm.
continuous. You can just open it in the browser and then you can just keep watching it. It automatically updates.
Mm. Got it.
Yeah. So it's a live dashboard. So based on the trades and movements, automatically we'll see the updates happening here on the vault.
Yeah.
Cool. Any other questions?
No, that was it. I kind of knew it's dummy question, but just wanted to
Not at all.
confirm.
It's always good to confirm.
Yeah,
It's always good
live
to confirm.
dashboard.
There's no
Yeah.
such thing. Yeah. Cool. Then yeah, we can proceed, I guess, with the next bit, which is okay, once we have this, okay, you guys have already seen the two stages, which is stage one is when the funding is active, users are going to come to our dashboard, you can see your traders, and you can deposit. Then after that, the trading goes live, and that's the stage where, as a user, you're able to see and track what's happening. We'll go through a settlement phase, more or less that's us taking care of the settlements, the payouts, and everything. And then comes the final stage, which is when the trading is closed. That's where you will be able to see the cycle results. That's where we highlight, okay, for this specific cycle, what were all the datas that, or what were the results on very, very simple terms. Now, as you guys can see, we separate this into two parts. On the left card, we have the cycle specific details, which would be the final vault balance, and then the user's balance, which was what was the percentage of that final vault balance. We have the total trader fee as well as the platform fee showcased here. Again, this is full transparency, and I think this on our previous discussion, we also had this discussion where I think Jimmy, you were touching on this point where the incentive for the master traders must be clear so that they're more motivated to be trading better, performing better. So that's where we're showcasing these data here, as you guys can see. And then we have the net user withdrawn balance. It's essentially once the deposit happens, the user doesn't really take much action other than like viewing and monitoring. What he will have after the cycle and the settlement is closed, essentially that settlement phase, is where all the transactions and everything is going to be taking place, and this is where we're going to be automatically withdrawing the funds to the user. In addition to
Well, it
that,
makes
we
sense.
are going to,
Can you give maybe I know the UI it is pretty cool. I will give some updates on the rationale behind the UI. Also, the Cheryl has some question. Can you give us maybe Ryuk update on the backend progress where we are expected, timeline, how things are going?
Yeah, I think we are on track. So we are actually a little bit earlier on the smart contracts. The smart contracts are done. So the designs are more or less completed. So we'll be starting up with the front end. So we are expected to see the initial demos coming up in the mid of February, around that time. But can be a little earlier as well. So that's a timeline that we promised, and I think we are on track with respect to the timelines.
Middle of February is the
More or
testable
less, yeah.
product. Hmm.
More or less the MVP product, testable product, we will be able to showcase the demo.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
But again, if
Yes.
there's any updates, we are having a MS every week, right? We'll be like updating how things are moving, if are we facing
Yeah.
any
Last
challenges.
week I think we missed it because there was holidays or something. Yeah. On
Yeah.
your side. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Acie, do you have anything else? I have couple questions coming up. Did I cut you,
I think
Acie?
it's pretty clear, Jamie. Yeah. I can close my screen, or if you want me to keep presenting, let me know.
Um. Yeah. Up to you. If you have more to show, yeah. Yeah, can continue.
Yeah, more or less that's whatever we have so far. Maybe yeah, and then this is just the kind since we're reviewing the designs anyways, this is sort of the dark version of the designs. We have on the design level, just since we're updating the design updates, we've completed the mobile version of these. The same thing for the light version, though we are going with a dark version as our primary color. I don't think we're gonna
A
have the option
question.
to
I
switch
think
it.
we're missing a
Yes.
user dashboard, no? The users to
We
have
are,
own.
yeah, I was getting to that part. We are going to also have a trader dashboard that we're working on right now, as well as a user dashboard that people can see their specific
Gotcha.
data on our platform.
Gotcha. Perfect.
Yes.
Cool. I have a couple questions from Cheryl mainly. How's this different to Hyperliquid Vault or multiple other same? Assuming trading, you're comparing it to trading dashboards or copy trading. It's not exactly copy trading in essence. So this is basically we don't have confirmed name and everything. One of the ideas to run the name competition within the community, find that out. Basically, what it does, we all are trading together, right? We're putting our funds into a smart contract, and then there is a lead traders, which is fund managers, who's gonna manage those funds, vaults, on behalf of the community or on behalf of the group. And in that regard, it's not exactly copy trading. It's a trader doing its trading, leading a trade, and then based on his performance, he got compensated just like fund managers and the regular, financial industry. So the way we see how this can benefit us and everybody is there is like no scalable or secure trustworthy infrastructure, especially on chain, that you can put your funds into good guys' hand, right? Obviously, there's like a lot of good performing guys. This version of the product is mainly focused on spot and future and perp trading, and we use Hyperliquid DEX as an initial DEX, and potentially we're planning to scale to Astra, but maybe not, or we can scale to even DEXs for meme trading, or there's even plan to scale it to uh, prediction market. So you vault funds. Let's say DJ is doing phenomenal job doing predicting on soccer. He can run a vault for us. We all put some money. He can do prediction for us. That's possible with but that's the next stage, right? The first stage is to build the on-chain vault system that we can all put the money with the timeline and with the conditions, right? Basically, the trader provides us a condition. For this instance, guy promising to do trade on BTC, ETH, Solana, and nothing else. If you try to do anything else, not gonna happen because the vault is smart. And he also, if you try to do too much on the leverage, vault not gonna continue because it also has the conditions. And at the end of the period, after 2 weeks, if the guy not give us some money, vault gonna do after distribute, and the trader gets his commission. If he agreed to take 5%, he only gonna take 5%. So that's the advantage that we have. We basically pooling funds within the ecosystem in Jirasan for this instance, or in another DAO, another trading group, and the trader comes doing lead trade for us. And it's a scalable in a way that there can be multiple vaults, multiple trading activities, multiple strategies can be run in parallel, right? We're not limited, and we can also be running on other dexes as well, right? That's the next scaling part. And why we don't want to do the prediction, meme trading, all those at the same time, because every time we try to do something, we do it in that, like, in our small bubble, and we feel like it's gonna go, and at the end of the day there is no product market fit. That happened to many of our launches. You ask, what about the other product you've been building, uh, the game? Again, it was very similar situation. We were building. Some people like it, but we feel like it's not ready. We keep adding, keep expanding. No, not just me. I was just part of the team, working as advisor and everything. But they try to perfect it. By the time you perfect it, market changes, things like that. But this one is like, not gone or something. Still coming up, maybe coming up very soon as well. So as for this particular launch, copy trading. Like said, we will see the final, or not final, I would say we will see the working product in mid of February, maybe little late February. Then we all going to be able to judge it as a community. We can all participate too, including you, me. So as you know, this product also built by Ryuk and his team, trying to help us, right? The total budget of this project is 30K. That just covers the dev costs on their side and everything. And we have 60% share. Ryuk has 40% share. Very fair, in my opinion. From Jirasan point of view, where I see where the team sees this as an opportunity for us to own big chunk of the product. That we maybe potentially, if community likes it, we feel like this product gonna help the community beforehand. So many times we miss trades and everything. There's obviously trader within our community, traders within our community who wants to help. Like other day, a lot of guys don't talk about their success stories, including me too. I did meme trading. I did pretty good, right? I tell this about the team. I got lucky and everything. And the guys were saying like, "Why didn't you tell us?" By the time I tell you, I'm gone, right? Like that pumped, it dumped, right? It's like a Christmas tree type of lawn, right? Guy told me to buy in, I bought in, and So, but in this case, I'm talking about digital stuff. But in this scenario, like you're not gonna miss it. You're not gonna miss the trade as long as you put the money into Vault and guys actively trading for the commission, because one hand, like we have traders who wants to trade for us, but he needs to move really fast. Like a couple minute, couple second in trade is like very valuable. When you see bottom, top, all those, you wanted to have. That's what happened to before instances, right? We send the funds to Buddy, and he need those guys need the fund, and we ended up sending them too much, right? All of us lost, right? And but this case, the fund's gonna be there, and guy can execute it, but without touching the fund in hand himself, right? All he gonna do is lead the trade. So that's the way it's been orchestrated. So it's a scalable solution, on-chain solution that we feel like it's gonna help us a lot, right? And one of the discussion that we have internally in Jirasan is that okay, this is not the product that we try to make whole lot of money. We don't know, right? But at the same time, if this works and we use it as a community, and we make some profit, we're happy to share the profit to our holders too, right? And as long as obviously first you have to cover the cost, server cost, running cost, and then we'll share the profit, right? That's the idea. And pretty interesting. Once you have TVL going, once you have traders going, once you have active trading going, we can look for further development. But right now we're not trying to do too much. So that's where we are with this one. You need a lot of money to audit such a vault with a lot of users funds. Considering we need funds for marketing development, how do you aim to get external out of it? External audit worth of 100K, I don't think it's something you think of right now as a initial MVP stage product. But the goal is to obviously I will share a bit more of other ideas, other expansion plan that we have. Right now we're only focusing on this to work and see how fully on chain it works, and it also has to be seamless. Trade has to be happen within instances and things like that. Uh, on the speed part, I don't think that the amount of funds within Vault matters much because it's a one Vault, one lead trader. Uh, how many people participate, that's not really matters. It's about distribution at the end, or collection at the beginning, and commission distribution at the end. But in terms of speed, we feel like it can be done really speedy manner, because we're not doing 100 bots at the same time. So but on the bigger audit, things like that, we'll worry later on. we only want to be worried at the initial product to successfully launching and working properly, executing and making some of, we might even ask you not to put a lot of money at the beginning. And then once it's proven couple times, few times, and then after some time, some period, we're gonna think about the next expansion plan. Like I said, this is pretty interesting right now from prediction market point of view. I'm like I'm basketball fan. Yeah, I tried prediction poly market the other day. I don't know. I was pretty successful, but I'm not saying I'm gonna do offer these services, things like that, right? Like I don't even have that much of a predicting time, but like just from looking at that perspective, I feel like I'm missing out on even prediction market too, right? I might as well like let the DJ or other guys to do the lead. So from the team side, we're thinking of doing before even this product launches, we're planning to do a couple of community activations like trading competition. You never know, right? Within the community, there might be like also pretty good traders too. It's more of a community experimental launch, anyways. And we're gonna do run trading competition, prediction market competition, things like that. That's been planned just for this product to get the engagement going. And then once we go live, we're gonna initially select a couple traders only, not gonna run wild with many, and trust that, and then see how the right now most important is like all the execution part on chain, smart contract, everything has to be working properly, and then we do also have auditing team that can support us, not for 100K, we never had that expensive one ever before. So we'll get the audit done as well, but not for 100. Yeah, that's pretty good questions, Cheryl. Here, how do we do this? Yeah, that's why we don't know if there is a product market fit yet. That's why the risk from our side is also not exponential. You guys know that we left with 300K budget to work with, and then we only risking 10% of it building this. I mean, it's a big chunk, obviously, but considering, uh, we're gonna have the higher ownership uh, product, that in that sense, it's a pretty reasonable amount as well. I fully appreciate Ryuk and his team willing to take a chance on this. They also wanted to come because they believe that Jirasan community gonna support this product, right? And I mean, I personally think like anything that makes people get along, work together, because at the end of the day, once we start winning, all we have to do is have a good trader to lead the trade. Obviously, that's not always the case, but there is a good traders always. And trading in beer, in both, every market, trading always happening, right? Like you can long, short. So I'm not the best trader in the world, but I know that sometimes the good traders can make you, the good returns. So that's where you look at it. And also, you don't have to fully risk yourself, right? Fully expose. I wouldn't even recommend initial stages not to put all of your funds into it. We don't know the traders. We also testing the product. And we're all gonna test it together. So that's how we see it. Product till this proven. Why don't we stop expenses considering we have very less ones in hand? Start with prediction market first. Is that not? Never concept and spin off Hyperliquid Vault. We have used Jirasan funds already, right? Um, yeah, I think we had 4 months runway. I think the team salary is like about 12 to 13K, right? Last time I put like round number, and there is some server cost. So Ryuk, we paid him initial 10K. He's gonna get the remaining payments at the end of the product launch. There's like in between another 10. So we didn't spend the 70, 80K actually. We spent like 50K or something. Um, I know that we can do prediction market. Actually, initial concept we wanted to do meme trading with this one, and then we chose to do the safer route that we can test it. But right now the prediction at that time, about 2-3 weeks back, more, 2-3 months back, the prediction market wasn't as hot as right now. And now, we come into realization that more than the meme trading, people gonna be more interested into prediction market participation. So I think that would be definitely the next expansion of this project. But I wouldn't come to ship that. Let's do the bot, right? Let's get this version out. Let's test it all together. Like I said, we can scale to other Texas and things like that. Maybe we don't even need to rush with that. And let's get all the feedback we can get from the community. And even at this stage, we're sharing what's happening and everything. Next workshop will maybe I would say, Ryuk, you should dig a little bit deep dive into the on-chain part so that people will understand why you chose this over uh, other vaults, exchange vaults or hybrid liquid vaults. We focus on that, and then just we wanted to make sure we test this version, let it out. We all give our feedback, and then we try the next expansion or spin-off, things like that. But the core fundamental infra is going to be scalable. That's the focus right now.
Yep.
Hmm. Yeah. Any other question, guys, on copy? I think we definitely need to find cooler name, and that will be some type of name competition. Let's do. And then obviously this one we really wanted to show how the built-in progress works, things like that. A lot of you guys here with us long time. How uh, we say we're gonna build something, we build something, and then when we bring it out, it it's not as exciting as what we showcased, or because at the end of the day we're just few. We're all the same, right? Like we all have different ideas, opinions. The team is not perfect too. Nobody's perfect here. Nobody's genius, or even on the design side. Yeah. If you guys have some input, give us input, and then yeah, we can iterate. Yeah, market moves very fast too. So, but I definitely think if you build the proper infra, it's a product that usable, and then you can always expand it. But let's not worry about the expansion too fast. We don't have liquidity in the community and test out, in my opinion. Can't you increase the participation? Obviously, that's the goal. I think definitely the why we need the community is one, you always need core participants that who, it's not about how much that vault's gonna run, right? It doesn't matter if you do trade with 10K and 100K or 1 mil. We have to just prove that the system works. 10, 20 people, 100 people can participate into trading activity together and take profit sharing together, as well as fund manager gets benefit. We're just trying to show that with this solution. On front end it looks like this, but it's all about the back end. Everything is on chain. That's how we're gonna showcase it. And then obviously later stages, we some of our guys like planning to reach out to this DAO, that DAO, this trading group. There's many of them. We don't. I mean, in terms of liquidity, liquid investors, things like that. We're not only gonna focus within Jiras, and I don't think that makes sense. As well as traders, I'm saying we do have all type of ingredient within Jirasan, enough ingredient to get it going. But obviously to expand, to make it profitable, or make it um, marketable product to bigger market, yeah, not just focus on Jirasan. That's why you see the name and everything branding, and not really focused on Jirasan. Usually we do things for Jira trading, Jira cooking, right? This is more generalized. Yeah, cool guys. Then if you let me know last question I take on this, and then I'm gonna focus on iAgent side of thing. I start with I think Shirley you have question already. I'm gonna start with talking about my experience, my side of thing a little bit, and then I'll take some questions. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about it's a very open conversation. I haven't prepared on this one. Obviously, since the closing of Jirasan, I wasn't like running away or things like that. I've been busy. I tell you about the thing, what kind of things I'm doing, my personal life, and also business side of thing. Yeah, it's been a turbulent journey with iAgent. I would say. Uh, been working on this project. Ryuk was with me on that. Acie was also there. Um, we started it in 2022, I believe. Later to the very late 2022, I met with the co-founder Raju. He had AI devs. Initial idea came from his side. I got pretty excited, and we did a bunch of reiteration on the concept. As a gamer, I was truly excited about the um, AI agent to play for me, play for other gamers, things like that. But the core, the vision that we had was, I wouldn't say impossible, but it was like lot complex, lot deep research heavy than initially anticipated. But anyways, 2022 let we start the project, and then I think we start forming a team 2023 early, and then fundraising started from the summer, right? We start with the angel investor, but before all this thing happened, we started working on the project already. Actually, we started the fundraising in 2024. Um, I was investing from my side, my own funds. I think I put about 150K. That's even on the books. Everything is on the books. I put like now I do in the math, right? Back then I was just funding AI devs, and only was funding the devs side of thing. Wasn't really funding my own team. Right, wasn't getting paid, and all the core contribution wasn't getting paid. And originally I started funding, and then did the angel round and other rounds. Actually, the fundraising prolonged quite long time. If you think about it, like if you think that I had like 2 million hand at once, that wasn't the case. Never was the case, and there was a lot of mistakes I made. Yeah, I would own that the mistakes and failures, like a lot of things I could have done better, and we were in different position. If I were to do it again, obviously, what's done is done, um, and so the fundraising happened like slowly. Actually, that there was that AI, boom and everything. Like we got super bullish, excited. Left and right, there was like different concepts were going. We were in that same circle. But I think the biggest kind of mistake that I would say I made from my position was that I decided to do. I think I feel like at that time I feel like we should be doing a lot more. Uh, at the same time, I think we were trying to do research on AI. We had AI team, Raju, co-founder. He had his own AI guys, and we were hiring a couple more, and we were funding AI research. Right, that's one aspect about the project. And then we all were also or hiring blockchain devs. We hired quite a few Windows devs. We started building Windows app and everything. I think you guys saw the part of it, but we were also focusing on a lot of product that too short term. Starting from Node City, uh, we did multi-farm, agent XP, and then down Windows data collection. All those products that we were building, actually we built them, yeah, like they were out in the market and people were seeing. But the focus of those products were to gain attention, because we were also thinking that the key for this project, because you build when you start building in Web3, all you start thinking is token and token launch. And same goes with our investors too. Everybody was like, I think there was just too much concentration from us, investors, community, everybody who try to win very fast with this one. We wanted to launch a token, create you know crazy hype, and which we did, I would say. But timing, everything was like totally wrong. Yeah? And I think in terms of I also think like remember how you were kind of caught up with the mark, that InfoFi circle, or like InfoFi peak at that time. When we were like doing our marketing, there was like Kaito and Cookie, like many of those InfoFi projects were like going crazy nuts, everybody was like measuring each other by the Twitter sentiment. You're like on fifth, you're on 10th, and things like that. I think me myself, and I think also the team, we got caught up with that InfoFi like hype ourselves, right? That's huge mistake, and we started investing into that, leaderboard and everything. We're investing into Kaito, alpha colors, like chaos, things like that. But I really don't want to blame any individual. Like, obviously, if I can start blaming because of this guy, this agency, that agency, no, it's on me. I think I was the main guy. Was like, okay, let's do it. And agreeing that that's on me, right? And we were like putting a lot of money into marketing, but obviously the on the money part, that we never had that 2-3 mil at once. It was like always some money comes in, some money left. And part of the mistake, like one of the biggest mistake I think we did was to also hire marketing agencies. Should have done all the marketing myself, and with my team, or create the marketing team. But we started working with like quite a few marketing external agencies, and you pay for that. You pay for the services, and they're like come and go type of guys, right? But again, no, not gonna blame anyone. It's not their fault. It's how I mean, it's how they run their businesses, and how everybody else run their businesses for profit. Same as well, like with developing and many things. Uh, I think we try to do just too many things, jiggle too many things at the same time. That oft, I would say, oft like skilled, or oft tried more than what we were capable of as a team. As a agent main team, there wasn't too many of us, but we had like quite a lot of devs working on AI, blockchain, this product, and then marketing team, and then all those things. And then the launch come, TG happen. Uh, Quite a few things go wrong at the same time, right? Okay, I start from maybe the maybe launchpad. No, there's like many fuck up things I did. I would like to talk, but I focus on the high level. The obviously, I think you guys remember when we do the launchpad races, we filled up our launchpad like 1 mil. We try to get 1 mil from that, and obviously plan was to like get the token out, sustain it, and then we generate some revenue from the token too, right? Paying out the devs, some stuff with the token, all those like optimistic and nice things we were planned, but that didn't happen because token price went down. Yeah. There is a reason. Also, there's quite a few reasons. Obviously, biggest reason is really bad day, red day. I don't know, somehow like, because also at some point we realized we got a lot of pressure that delaying was costing us. Yeah. Especially when you have like marketing team, uh, partners and all those things. Uh, week delay, 2 week delay, month delay, it's cost the project because you have contract with them. Yeah. You promise to, they're working for retainer plus all those things. And then this influencer, that influencer. And that was costing us like continuously. Our plan was to launch in November, kind of thing. And then whatever reason, I don't know, we just weren't ready, and we feel like we didn't ready, and then we pushed it to January, then February, then March, and then that time like we realized, okay, like we have the highest, I mean, peak hype and everything. They show you charts of data and everything, like you're trending this much, you should launch. Yeah. And then we go to launch. I think it was like crazy, pretty bad market condition, and plus like last minute, we lost the market maker. The guy, I mean, I would say s- the biggest learning I did from this journey so far is that I get to, I think I get to trust people so much. I don't know. I think like 9 out of 10 people in crypto or in Web3, in my opinion, is like they fake too much. Yeah, they fake enough so that you almost trust them. They tell you all those shiny things, but at the end of the day, there's like very few guys are true and honest. I get to learn them after, yeah, after the TG, after when the things are like already gone, already in shits and things like that. You know that the guys who's been with you in that is still with you now, they or still like supporting, and then you get to know like, yeah, these are the people, right? Anyways, so there's like so many promises, this and that, and we got fucked with by our market maker. Plus, I think you guys know part of this story. I even did the thread on Twitter about Mixi stuff, and we had quickly find replacement market maker. We kind of made it in time, but they weren't ready, fully ready. And then we went to launch, and they see the order books on Mixi. There was like inflow into Mixi, but in the order books there was more agented. And I truly now believe that exchanges have extra order books. Yeah. So they were like, because of I guess it's nobody's fault, right? Whenever like publicly attacking them, plus I was like threatening them in a group chat, I was super pissed. Yeah, like I don't know what's happening. uh, or our market makers were keep saying there's like enormous sale pressure coming. We don't know, do I buy, do I buy? Like I was telling him, buy, buy. I was like, we were putting extra money. I think we put 250K into the SP, and then on top of that, um, yeah, SP in Mexi, and on top of that, we sent 150 to buy, protect price at the TJ, and I even sent like extra 50K from me to protect, things like that, right? Going nuts like that. But the sales pressure was just more and more. But at the same time, I cannot blame community and cannot blame none of you guys. People have all the right to sell and airdrop and everything. And when people don't see that, start say like that chart going up and down, like they have a right to sell, right? You cannot uh, fault anybody but your failures. So we couldn't execute it on time, but at that time, right, we couldn't execute the launch properly. I think that costed us too on the TG. And then there was like after a few days, couple attempts. Actually, we had many attempts to protect the price. Every of those attempts, I think that was also another mistake. You should, start today. I see that throw off chart, things like that. But at the same time, I kind of know that they unless they rag fully, they run away with the funds. Uh, you shouldn't be fighting against the market as a project, or you should definitely try defend, but you shouldn't be fighting against it. Yeah, and I think we did too many of those things. We believe that community sentiment, all those things, gonna help us, but that costed us a lot too. And on top of that, we lost that 1 mil promised right from Launchpad when it didn't come actually because everybody had that refund clause, 7-day refund if token doesn't perform you and everything. Yeah. Yeah. I mean that's also my mistake too on signing on those contracts, and those money go back. But at the same time, there was also launchpads are very shady too. Again, I definitely don't want to like name anybody on this one, but if required, I have everything. Some launchpads like we did pay advance, for their services and all that, but then there's the terms like, oh, they don't get this token, they don't get this if they don't so help us properly and all those kind of. But there's bunch of conditions that they always end up getting full pay, full everything. So that costed us too on launchpad. We advance pay, that's a huge mistake for their services. On exchanges part, uh, actually, we originally I was like thinking we're gonna go full text. Ryuk, you remember? Like I was saying we don't gonna launch on exchanges because at that point I was losing trust on exchanges. Right? For some reason, um, everybody was asking crazy amounts except Mexi. There is a reason why, I guess. Uh, remember, like KuCoin was asked for like 750K, and we didn't had actually the whole, after everything, I think we didn't even had that money, right? And I was like, KuCoin, right? And then you do the math, and it doesn't make sense. And there's like actual listing cost is 250, and then there's this and middlemen, bunch of middlemen comes, right? Oh, because this guy, and that the price comes to that. And I think Bybit was like 1 mil or something, over 1 mil, and we didn't explore Binance obviously. I think we had the chat and everything, but yeah, I don't think we had even funds to pursue there. So, and then I was like, okay, like we just gonna launch text launch. Yeah, that was the plan. I think that could have been different story. Yeah, when if we have done that. But anyway, token is token. Token goes. I think if you are not product ready project, that's why like nowadays, I'm not even thinking about any token, anything at all, right? Uh, don't even think about token launches. It doesn't matter because us having 1, 2 mil, 2, 3 mil, like you see other project with 20, 30 mil treasury, they cannot do anything about as well. About the TG, like all are the same. More the funds you collect, more pressure you're gonna receive. So that was kind of thing, and um, yeah, we definitely did the bad there. And then after TG, obviously we had left with some funds, but nothing crazy. I had to immediately, uh, after like month or so, I had to immediately get rid of the marketing teams and things like that. We cut down on all the unnecessary expenses, but we still had quite a lot of servers were running, like nodes, and we also had like a lot of contracted devs on blockchain side, and And I tried actually. We tried to utilize them fully, right? Try to utilize them fully, and we did work on a couple things. Few, the pivots we tried to do at after the TG, but really wasn't kind of in a position. I don't know. We just didn't had enough firepower and liquidity left to do that, and then decided to focus on the token, but token was already tough, and I think like by August or something, we basically ran out of funds, yeah, and then I start putting more money. I think I don't know. I don't. I did rough math. I think I put like close to 300K from my side, and I think I can continue on, right? Like until end of November, I was like thinking, okay, this is I'm gonna continue pushing. This is what I like signed up to do, right? That's my duty too. So I was willing to go, and then at certain point I started like meeting some of the investors. I think I met over 10 investors, mainly the bigger ones, or like more knowledgeable ones, I would say. And out of 10, 6, 7 told me to shut down because I just go and tell them like what exactly happening, and where I am at and where we are as a project with the funding, and I tell them like truly and honestly like about what's been happening. Yeah. And then mostly the responses was obviously like 2, 3 of them like give me uh like tell me to shut it down right away, right? Because uh either they want, most of those investors want to see solid plan, solid campaign moving forward, or they think it's the better idea, and I wouldn't say best, it's like worst, right? The better to do, turn it off and then moving on with the new mindset from next year. Quite a lot of those investors, like also knows, right? I'm not bullshitting all this. Like I'm just telling you guys exactly what I heard, what I think. You take it with your interpretation, yeah. Like this is me who I am, like what I went through, right? So a lot of those investors told me they're gonna come back to me with another round of investment. They're willing to invest in me because I'm already once a failed guy, right? Once know how to you know uh, do like fail, right? I say that in crypto or entrepreneurship. I always had my own little businesses before. Always had my own money to manage, and I never had like investors' money before. I like in Web 2. I built things from ground up to whatever scale, like just enough for me, and that was my previous like journeys. Right, I had two times businesses, one bankrupt, one I exited, but whatever. But this one is like very different story. First time investments money. First time managing multiple of teams, token launches, many, I don't know, many like different advisors, many smart people coming around you, like tell you this, tell you that, all those shiny stuff. So this is like first time experience, and like the feedback I got from those investors is that tell me to go back and drawing board, like come back with new solid project. Like this time around, obviously I even told them I wouldn't ask you to invest in my ideas anymore. iAgent was more of idea or vision than product, right? Like plan was to launch, do the DG, and then build the product afterwards. But this time around, I even tell them like don't invest in me now, right? Let me build the product, let me show you something, and then if you think I'm a solid guy to think you can invest. And most of them tell me they're gonna invest in me. So I mean I definitely have solid investors who's willing to support me as a good human being, right? That's because I don't know, throughout this journey I didn't get. I think I had like 9K salary. I did them like 3 months. I take 3K, 3K, 3K from iAgent. Yeah, 9K. I think it was November, December, January. Then we stopped it. Obviously, my team got salaries, but obviously nothing crazy. As a management team, there was like 200 something K. I don't want to like go with financial report yet, but we had the full financial, breakdowns, and James did a great job. He was tracking everything, but this was like about 2-3 years of transactions, right? So I think 200 something K went to the team salaries. And then there was like bunch of other contractors, this and that, marketing teams, Um, and their salaries, obviously, there was quite a bit. And then server costs, legal fees, exchanges, market makers. I still in debt with market makers till now. I paid one bill like recently. Uh, so yeah, I mean it's a tough journey, yeah, but you get to learn a lot from this. Some people say, you failed now, like why don't you give up, Jirasan, move on? No, obviously I'm much. I think I know a little more. Have to fail at least this time around. If you think you can find a better guy, I even told my team like I'm also not like very what's it called stubborn guy. I'm very open-minded too, right? I'm happy to move on as well, but this shit is like I started this shit when there was nothing about Jirasan, Nobody know what Jirasan, what the community like. It was my creation, yeah. I don't think I'm. I mean, like if you think I'm not doing good job, like obviously happy to, but I always gonna be supporting this project. I don't even take salary anyways. Like I don't feel like I deserve one. Um, so I will be here continuously, and I even told the team like if you can find like really good leader, yeah, let's position the guy, no problem, and I'm just gonna be supporting around. But the thing is, right now like I'm into my own next chapter as a better leader, better builder. Uh, of course, I gonna fail again. No guarantee in that. No, if I guarantee you anything, that it's not. you know. So I'm gonna fail again. I'm gonna try again, but I'm not gonna quit. Right? That's not who I am. I'm not somebody who give up. Or uh, like surrender type of guy. So I'm gonna continue, try grinding, continue hard. I know I'm gonna take some of the questions, but anyways, that's my rant. Uh, I agree. I really appreciate you guys being reasonable. I would say there was like a lot of guys not happy, send you your scammer ragger and this and that. I used to read all those messages like throughout like few months, and I get depressed and uh, stressed about all those things. But that's that's not gonna help me, right? That's not gonna help me. And but about iAgent, obviously internally, or with I'm planning, or my no promises, but I'm gonna revisit this one. Definitely, token is on chain, and it's live trading and everything. You can always come back to support that. Other assets as well. So but when I feel like I ready, yeah. So on Jirasan side, obviously this happening. Team is the guys are trying pretty good, but still assessing. I don't feel like we need a huge team like Shirley you say. Definitely need to be very economical about what we do. But at the end of the day, like none of those guys getting paid anything crazy, anyways. But they're just really like the project. Otherwise, yeah, I mean, lot to improve from my side. Also, lot to. I mean, I'm a bit of what's it called? Yeah, I should be chatting a lot more in chats, but there was a periods that I just feel like I don't have much to say. I don't know. I guess like I'm not that kind of like extrovert guy or something. You know, I just try to quietly build stuff, and but at the same time, I feel like I was down on myself too much, I think. But yeah, that period is over. I come back to uh, I'm gonna come back a strong mode. Yeah. So I'm building that. Plus, obviously, Jirasan. There's quite a few things happening. I'm building back what could bring me back. Definitely gonna help Jirasan in the future with different things that we're trying to do. I would say like some people might say, "Oh, why don't you just focus on this shit, that shit?" Like actually, I decide to do a lot more than previously. Few things here and there, different type of products, exploring. Um, not everything is Web 2 actually. So sorry, not every product has to be Web 3. So we're looking into Web 2 products, things like that. Like I think product first approach, revenue first approach is the way to go. The reason why I think also iAgent down the way this when it down because I'm not a guy who continuously can lie or promise this coming, that coming. I don't think I am capable of that, right? If things are not working, it's just not working for me. And I wouldn't be like lying to you guys, something new coming, continuously. That's not the way. But this next chapter, I'm just building and more of a surprise you one day. Yeah, but I'm very bullish on this product too. But I'm bullish. One of the reasons I'm bullish because I think it's gonna help the project, help the community. The the maybe last thing, like you can at least have fun with this, but definitely can generate revenue. But we definitely have to work on it as a group. But hopefully we see the version live nicely and can be tested and everything. Yeah, I'm gonna go through questions. Maybe I don't know. Acie, Ryuk, you guys have something to add? Up to you, but that was just yeah, a bit on my experience side of thing. If no,
I think you good, bro. So all good.
I know you'll cover it in second part, Emma, but Jared, I'm gonna read the question first and then yeah, go through it. I know you will cover it in the second part of the MA, but you have given up. Yeah, I've given up. I mean, I'm not giving up on the idea, on the project, on the vision, but yeah, I told you the reasoning. We understand difficulty, but having spent the agent, it was given up. A lot of us invested trusting your team, got wrecked. How do you trust you will continue with? How do you trust you will continue with Jirasan? What will stop you from quitting Jirasan to running out of funds? Sure, funds. I don't know. I don't know how you take funds, but funds for me not end of the. Like I would say I'm not. I'm working free for Jirasan. Anyway, this is my project. So about year and a half now. Yeah, I like when they redacted guys try to do their launch. Before about a year, I think year even more than year. I'm not getting any salary from Jirasan. You go ask anybody because they stopped the salary and then they resumed the salary and then they didn't resume my salary. Fine, I didn't like complain or anything. Ever since I didn't take salary from Jira, so the salary money not gonna stop me from running this project or trying to do anything for this project. From that point of view, but um, obviously I agree. IAgent side didn't manage funds properly, so had to shut it down. But there is also some reasoning. If I wouldn't been shutting it down, I was paying about 8K continuous like dev salary plus plus there was some market makers fee, and plus server cost about 8-10K. That has to come from me, and I did pay that for 5 months, I think 4 months at least, and the no progress was happening. It just doesn't. Rather, I do start reset myself and reset what I gonna do and revisit iAgent is, I think, the better choice in my opinion. And also a lot of the investors agree to that. No, not agree. They actually proposed that because so many times, um, builders or entrepreneurs try to continue on when the things ships are like they call ships are sailed already. Like you know they try to continue on, like you already lose all the momentum. You're already down bad. You're mentally cooked. You're like, especially in Web3, there's enormous continuous pressure on you to deliver. I think you remember Jira too, right? Like what was like people continue to pressure you, complaining, and that like you cannot reproduce. Your mind not gonna work. So I think rather resetting is better. It was like better choice, not just for me, right? Uh, I think it was better choice for everybody. You don't, yeah, and then of course there's guys also lost lot more than, I mean, even us, right? Like there was investor about 200K, 250K, things like that. So I talked to all those guys already. Yeah. I know how hard it is to make decision, but what I'm interested, where is the product from? Farming product, haven't seen small glimpse of a time. Did you manage to make working MVP? iAgent, obviously the lot of all the research contents, obviously to make the one of the main blocker is that uh, to bring research into production is what we realize, and plus it requires just so much fucking compute and data to get this going, and were investing, but the on the AI side, there's a lot of research has been done that's been in repo. All the things are documented. Everything is there. We can reuse it. On .pp, there's quite a bit of contribution. But once the thing, if this one launches, make profit, everything, I will find a way to put it back. Uh, Otherwise, all the builds that we have, that most of the builds are with Ryuk as well. And it's on a servers, so we can, if there is a way we can leverage them, I think we can anytime. There's Windows app that been built, quite a bit of things been built, but obviously it's something that had to be revisited, retweaked, to change it to new things. But yeah, I I think like quite a few things that built over there is I do agree. I think we did the wrong builds. None of those things that we built was a product. You see this comparison to copy and what iAgent provided. None of them that can make money. Even Windows application is to data collect and all that. But here you based on volume, profit, transaction. So right now my focus and our focus, I still have like external team that I'm working with as well. Like we're anything that can work and it's not about like you think about revenue first, right? It solves the issue problem for somebody else, including you. Let me ask you, like this trading thingy, does it solving problem for you? Like, are you missing on trades? Are you missing on betting? You are, right? Like I'm missing on betting. I'm missing on trades. I'm even missing on futures trade, like longing, shorting. But I definitely do see the me meets betting, right? That's the first question you have to answer. So that's why I think this kind of product. But obviously, there's other things I'm working on right now. Outside Jirasan. Obviously, I wanna do it that way. I also wanna do some other things on the side because you get to come to public when you get to come to public. Like for example, iAgent, we shouldn't have like even tried to do market and done and talk and all those things. We could have done it differently. Yeah? I didn't even have to tell anybody about it, or just could have done it because iAgent is not. I mean, when I raced for iAgent, there was vision. My idea didn't even leverage Jirasan. Oh, iAgent is Jirasan community project or this and that. Like on the you're gonna see like on the white paper on the pitch deck, only relation to Jirasan is me, Jamie, founder of PG project. That was it. But I didn't leverage go to Jirasan. I think there was a fundraising happened through PG Capital. I do agree. A lot of you guys lost money. I think we raised 100 something K, and you guys also participated into not sell. But I definitely wasn't really like leveraging, iAgent. But yeah, definitely it's failed. I accept that. iAgent cost for Jirasan, and if you're doing this for the community, you're willing to step back anyway. At least bring new affair for doesn't want this product, want masters and Mr. Jirasan. Why there is no more discussion with us? We felt I'm not saying you should step back, but you leading it cause a lot of negative sentiment. What are it from few just others? Why we can't be the community saying what to do? Yeah, I mean, if like I brought it up to the team, and if that's everybody thinks, fine, yeah, fine, definitely. But even internally, team that want me to stick around because I don't know. Like imagine Sean leave. Sean cannot come back to this project. Legally he cannot. Yeah. And then if I leave now, both the founders, OGs, like left. Yeah. I don't think a lot of people would want to see that too. So, anyways, we'll circulate on this topic. But yeah. Hello.
Yo, Jamie, do you hear me?
Yeah, hear you, bro.
Nice, man. How are you? How are you? Thank you for sharing your story, though. It was really helpful and it gave a bit an overview. Yeah, what was happening for you in the field. Yeah, it was a
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. How are you? How are you? Thank you. I mean, it's nothing too proud of story, but it is part of the journey or personal growth or founders failure. What's it called? Like it's a journey that I went through. You guys been part of it. So, but I'm good. I'm focused now. I'm super excited what I'm gonna do next. I mean, already working on. You can only like keep yourself. I think some people just born to continue try. I think I'm that type. So keep trying, keep building, keep grinding. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
How
Sounds
are you,
good.
bro? You've been
Yeah, I'm doing.
quite yeah. I think haven't talked to you a long time. How are you?
Yeah,
What's you up
what are you
to?
going? Yeah, doing well. Active in the space. I've work soon. Of today and a new briefing. I work for a new agency soon, so that's excited. But I have one small thing. What
Hmm.
I like if you are open to it, because on Sundays, yeah, there's a big space, an NFT space from Loki. Maybe you know him. And
Hmm.
I think now 2 weeks or 3 weeks, really a lot of people joining that space and who love NFTs, right? And uh, who love the NFT space, who love uh, community building, just have a little bit more positive vibes. Even Gary V is back, like That sounds
Mhm.
exciting. Just if you talk about NFTs and besides the products, but I really would love to see you and Zero go over there because they are really open to it. Not difficult questions. They just want to see people are active again in the NFTs and
Yeah,
just have
definitely.
a
I mean,
positive talk. Nice.
sure, definitely. I mean, you know, I'm not in direct conversation with Lucky. I think if you can put me in a group, happy to chat. I
No.
think
You
he's a
just can.
decent guy.
Yeah, just Sunday.
Oh,
You
just
just can
jump in.
join.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
just
Yeah,
jump in. Just
just
jump in.
share me the link. Yeah. I'm gonna be a lot more active, a lot more sharing. I think not too many founders can like talk about what went wrong, failed and everything. People just tend to kind of not admit to it. I'm kind of I know what I did, and I like because I have nothing to hide. I did have zero funds. I'm stolen. I didn't rag the project. I just like comparatively. I mean, I guess some people do, right? But uh, like truthfully, like publicly on chain everywhere, like I don't have anything to hide. Anything. I didn't took money, ran away, things like that. So I can share my story, right? Um, so happy to go in and tell them, but I'd be more optimistic. I'm just sharing all those things with you guys because you're. I feel like you're family. I've known you for 4 or 5 years now. Yeah, Rembi, Cheryl. So, like you know my boss too. Yeah. So there is like different people, different. But in this scenario, like I'm very open, but obviously, on that email, I guess I come little different. Yeah, I'm gonna come in. Yeah, sure. Yeah, cool. I think it's me being ranting quite a bit. Let me know if you guys have any other questions. Yeah, I think we can close it off here. If not, I mean, Cheryl, if you have anything, just DM me. Yeah, and I think I did quite a bit of answer to bunch of your questions, but anything else you have, like you can DM me. We can jump in other call. So happy to do that. All right, cool guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. Ryuk, thank you, bro. I appreciate you. Thanks for sharing, giving us latest update. Yeah, it's a new year, new everything. I know that Jirasan is down bad, but I mean, it's not like we give up yet. We'll continue to try hard, continue grind, and let's see. Pretty exciting days ahead. We're gonna deliver something cool soon. Yeah, cool. Cheers, guys.